Circulytics and circular economy targets in particular is a really good way for us to see, to prioritize what's important, to see and identify how are we doing, what kind of gaps do we see, and I think this assessment has been really good in that sense. Where do we need to speed up?
The circular economy represents a key growth opportunity for businesses, but you can't achieve a circular economy until you can properly measure it. Let's hear from Nikki Kapp from the Foundation about why measurement plays such an important role in your company's transition.
And for businesses, measuring progress against targets is really vital. Think about the fact that they track their cost base, sales figures, more and more carbon emissions and things like water impact. But what about circular economy? More and more businesses are recognizing that that circular economy can help their long-term growth and tackle global challenges like climate change and pollution. But to have a real impact, they need to know how they're performing today relative to others in their industry as well, so that they can really set a direction of travel and measure their progress over time.
Circulytics is the most comprehensive tool to help companies measure how they perform on the circular economy front. Let's hear first-hand experiences of companies using it. You'll be hearing from Cecilia Brännsten from the H&M Group, Marianne Richeux from CHEP, a Brambles company, and Ellen Jackowski from HP.
The circular economy is really key to our business strategy and our direction. It will be crucial for our growth going forward. And I would also say that our circular economy agenda is really also a way for us to both engage with, inspire, and meet our customers on circular economy will be one of the most important tools that we have to actually reach our climate goals, for example, our biodiversity agenda. So circular economy is key. And at the H&M Group, we have a vision to become fully circular, and we have a long-term target to become climate positive in our full value chain by 2040. And of course, to be able to reach those visions and goals on a more broader level, we need to measure progress and how we're getting there. So measurement is key. What gets measured gets done, right?
Our current agenda, which is quite significant, is first the commitment that we've made to climate ambition, 1.5 science-based targets, and a bit like my colleagues here, to gear towards a nature-positive business and pioneer regenerative supply chains by 2025. So that's quite an overwhelming and ambitious goal that we had, and circular economy is at the heart of this agenda and is actually the key enabler to reach both of the climate ambition commitments as well as our key targets for 2025. What are those targets? Is growing 2 trees for every one we purchase, is obviously carbon neutral operations, upcycle material up to 30% for every new plastic product or packaging we put out, zero waste extended to non-product materials, and optimize the water across the entire Brambles locations network. So as you can see, it's a key enabler. It's really at the heart of everything we're going to have to be doing by 2025. And Circulytics as a tool is core, because there's a lot of measuring systems that's in place that we all do as listed companies, such as GRI, PRI, many assessments and rankings. But measuring holistically all the dimensions of circular economy, understanding, as Nikki was saying earlier, the what and the how. So what we do now and how we equip for the future with enablers, outcomes, grouped in a bunch of themes when you think about it, is the unique privilege that is granted by the Circulytics assessments.
HP set goals around circularity. Typically, they're anchored in the year 2025, so we're certainly not there yet. So it would have been surprising if we scored a perfect score, right? We know we are on the journey. So in that sense, it really did help us understand where we're at on the path towards a fully circular and regenerative economy. Circulytics was definitely comprehensive for us to take a look across, again, our value chain and all the different rings of circularity that we're investing in. So starting at our outer rings of using more recycled content, It helped us gain more insights as to where we need to accelerate our progress there. And then moving towards those inner rings around reuse, it also helped us validate our strategy to continue to shift from more of a transactional model to a services-based model where we're focusing more on reuse. So the self-assessment, helped us also understand, I think, similar to the others who've mentioned, where our internal processes are strong and where they're weak in terms of being able to measure where we're at and the systems we need to put in place to automate more of the data gathering. So as we go forward, we can get a better measurement because the data and the picture we have of the circularity that's happening across the company is more specific and more precise. It is, really important to us that we know what's working and what's not working and where there are opportunities for us to do better and to continue to scale.
Circulytics and circular economy targets in particular is a really good way for us to see, to prioritize what's important, to see and identify how are we doing, what kind of gaps do we see, and I think this assessment has been really good in that sense. Where do we need to speed up and accelerate? And data gathering is absolutely one of those areas, but also, of course, more topic-specific areas as well, where it could actually inform our future target setting and strategy making as well. So it's been very useful, but really much a learning journey so far.
What Circulytics has been confirming is what we were hoping in silence, is that we do operate a circular business model. So that was bringing a name onto this pooling, share and reuse model that we were operating. From an insight perspective, the new version of Circulytics that we took recently has uncovered two opportunities where we could contribute and do more. One is water. Not to say that we didn't have a strategy on water, but our materiality study had not highlighted the inherent opportunities we had to get more impact. And clearly when we know how important water is with biodiversity, once we would have tackled greenhouse gas emissions, it's really, every effort will count on this land. And the last opportunity that it highlighted has been property, plant and equipment assets. Whereas we had a reporting base that is already robust and comprehensive, we could actually go beyond by linking this to our procurement tracking and measure inherently its circularity. So those are interesting challenges to come.
Well, so the fact that the score is simple, right? You get a grade like when you were in school, and that grade communicates, to you. You have an emotional reaction when you see it. Is that score good? Are you happy with it? Or is it not that great? And you need to find more energy and momentum to improve. So one of the things that we're doing is actually taking our score internally around to all the various teams who are responsible for helping us accelerate our progress towards a circular economy. So sharing that information internally, bringing more awareness to where we're doing well and where we need to continue to improve, and then leveraging that momentum to accelerate.
What Circulytics did was actually confirming that our current agenda on, of course, having a strong strategy and goals and targets, but we also have to accelerate and move from strategy to action, to go from pilot to scale. I think it's become clear in this tool that it's not only it's really looking at this as a circularity performance index where we can actually compare each other with others as well, both within our industry and beyond. I think is very helpful to steer our agenda going forward. So, and as I said, I would say the data and tech support or the tech enablers that we actually need to speed up. That was something that was a focus before, but this has made it even more evident. And I think the tool has really showed where we need to accelerate more. I think circular design, scaling up circular business model and circular design is the key focus, but the tool is also showing that we need to speed up there. So I think it's confirming a lot of our current agenda and our goals and actions. But as you said, Ellen, as well, we're not fully circular yet. Definitely not. This is a journey for us.
So you just heard the experience of 3 companies, but almost 1,000 of them have signed up to use Circulytics as their measurement tool towards a circular economy. Measuring circularity enables companies to spot opportunities to speed up their transition and become part of the solution to global challenges. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to see a longer version of this conversation, you can find it in the description. And please do subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook if you want to be notified every time we go live. Thank you and see you soon.